Hey y'all! Happy Locked and Loaded Live. We're gonna do a quick mic check, um, audio check. So if you can hear me, let me know in the comment section. I can hear you. If you can see me, let me know in the comment section. I can see you. So we can get started. I'm super excited about tonight's live. So come on in. If you're joining for the first time, my name is Tara, founder of Peculiar Roots, where we make amazing build-up free products for your looks. And we haven't been on in a while, so I'm like super excited. I'm super excited for tonight. Wagwan. Hey, Donnelly. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Pammy. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Aisha. Hey, Booze. Hey, Booze. I feel like my phone is like super blurry. Let me just see if it needs to be clean. Hold on. I think that's a little better. Hey, IG. Hey, YouTube. Hey, y'all. Hey, replay watchers, when you're catching the replay. All right, so we're going to jump into it. So you guys probably saw the title, right? Let me know what the title is. We're going to talk about 5 best practices. Hi, Heather. 5 best practices to ensure a healthy lock journey. So to kick it off, right? The first one we're going to talk about is just having a great foundation. What do I mean by a great foundation? Having a great start with your scalp, right? A lot of the times, one of the top things that I hear, hey, Stacey, the top things that I hear is like, hey, I'm having itching. Like as soon as I started my lock journey, my scalp is itching. This never happened to me before when I was loose natural. Hey, Tanya. This never happened to me when I had loose natural. What's going on? It's the locks. It's like you're all over the place trying to figure out what the heck is going on, right? So normally when you're starting your lock journey, it really takes a lot of like different things that's going to affect your journey. So the first thing I always say is don't do your hair too tight. Like don't start too tight. Whoever is starting your locks, like it's a lies they tell. It's actually so we're not going to deny anybody's experience, right? But it's definitely in the beginning stage, your scalp is definitely tender, right? Because you twisted it and you're letting it stay in that format, right? So, and depending on how tight or not tight you twisted it. So, in the beginning stage, you're definitely going to feel a difference with your crown, the root of your hair, the scalp is just going to feel super tender. It's trying to figure out what the hell you're doing, right? You've been manipulating your hair for your entire life. You've been doing all kind of stuff to your hair. So the moment you decide to kind of let it be, it's just trying to figure out what's going on. So just be mindful of that. But the first thing you want to, number one, is you want to definitely consider making sure your scalp is clean at all time. Making sure your scalp is clean at all time. And in our beginning stage, we're told a lot of different things. And one of the number one top myth that we're told in our starter lock phase is you can't wash your hair. And that's a darn lie. You can absolutely wash your hair. So, and I'm sorry if I was looking down. I got like so many cameras out. I'm trying to figure out all of this out. So if I'm looking like one way, I'm tuned in. But in the beginning stage, you definitely want to make sure your root is clean. And I know a lot of times we're told like, hey, you can't wash your starter locks. You got to wait 6 months, 3 months, whatever the heck we're told. That's completely false. When you're starting your lock, you want to at least create some type of regimen that you can follow based on your lifestyle. So our go-to tip for starter lockers is at least, at minimum, every 4 weeks, do a wash. Honestly, if you're using build-up free products, you can go longer. I remember when I started Lee's Locks, and even sometimes today, she can go longer than 4 weeks without a wash, right? Because they were like I would literally look at her scalp and it would be clean, and I'm like, well, why am I washing it, right? Do I really need to wash it? But then I have to think about just the overall environment and the pollution in the air, right? You want to make sure you get rid of things that you may not be able to see visually just by looking at your hair. So that's one thing you want to consider in the beginning stage, just keeping your scalp super clean. A lot of you guys suffer from seborrheic dermatitis, so you may have like scalp issues already. So when you have locks, and if you're like, hey, I'm going to hold off on washing, you may see that start showing up a lot more. You may have flare-ups based on the products you're using. So do consider that, like, especially if you have like a skin condition already and you know I have super sensitive skin and I can't go 4 weeks, then by all means do what works for you. But the point is you want to make sure you have like a healthy foundation, a healthy scalp to ensure you have a healthy lock journey. I remember when I started, y'all, I started with black gel because I just didn't know better. And I was entrusting the person at the time. Back then, I don't even think she was considered a loctician. It was just like the person you knew who did locks. And she used black gel to start off my locks. And then I was also told that I wouldn't be able to wash it until like 3 months. And my scalp was just on fire. I was trying to hold out because back then you were taught, like, you know, if you want this locks, if you want this lock, if you want your hair to lock, you're going to commit to this. You're going to like, you know, you're going to commit to it. You're not going to wash it because God forbid water touches your hair, it's going to come out. And imagine being like 4 weeks in and you're like, damn, okay, I'm 4 weeks in. I got 2 months to go. I could do this. That one wash is going to wash it out. So you're kind of struggling, right? Like I'm already there. And then you hit 2 months and you're like, yo, my scalp is on fire, but I'm committed. Let me know if for those, is there anyone here who started their locks over 10 years ago? Let me know if you went through something similar. But you guys that just started your locks, whether it's 5 years, 6 years ago, you have it good, right? Because there's a lot more education out here now. There's a lot more tools. There's a lot more amazing people that are doing locks. So they're able to kind of like walk you through the journey. But then it was just like, I was so committed, like I'm going to not wash my hair because that's what I'm being told. And in order for my hair to lock, that's the only way. There's no other way. So I was on the struggle bus, struggling. And again, because she started with black gel, you can like literally see it. Like you can see the gel start flaking up. Y'all, I'm having flashbacks. But you can see the gel, like the black gel, like start flaking up and it's like there. And it was like disgusting. And then over time, I'm trying to like moisturize my locks so it would mix with the gel. And it just looked terrible. It looked a hot mess. So I started to wear like head wraps and stuff like that, trying to cover it. And it was horrible. 4 years ago, yes. You started yours as well. Yeah, we ain't gonna call no brand. But it was horrible, right? So I'm speaking from experience when I'm telling you guys you can absolutely do it. And even when I started Lee's Locks, I kept hearing the same thing. Like people be like, oh, you still can't wash your locks, you know, that early. You gotta wait. You know, dirt locks makes your hair lock faster. Lies. Everybody say that in the comment section. Lies. Lies. Dirt doesn't make your hair lock faster. Lies. Lie, 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 lie. That's not true at all. Actually, when your scalp is clean and it's able to breathe and do its thing, your hair is just going to thrive naturally, right? So that's a big lie. That's a big myth. Throw it out. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Throw it out. Just dash it away. Yeah, that gel is terrible, period, whether locked or loose. Yes, like, and I wish I was able to know what I know today to advocate for myself. And that's one of the big reason we have Locked and Loaded Live every Thursday. So you guys can be well informed, well equipped to advocate for yourself when you hear these things or challenge it, right? We're not all going to agree on what works for us, and we're all going to have different methods. There are some people who feel like the only way to wash locks completely good, to get a good cleanse, is to use dishwashing liquid. There are legit professionals that believe that's the only way to wash locks because our hair is like, you know, dirty dishes. So that's the only way you're going to get the best result is using dishwashing liquid. And that's not true, right? So when we have these conversations, it's to equip you to go back out and say, you know what, I'm going to challenge you on that. Like, I actually use this, or I've tried this, or this is what works for me and this does the job, or find what works for you over time. But don't just take, and even when you're listening to me, don't just take my word for it. Like, go do your research and say, okay, this works for me, or, you know, whatever it is. So y'all, just be just be equipped with the knowledge to know, and not let someone do something to your hair that you're going to regret later on, right? They're not going to live with whatever damage is done to your hair. You're going to have to live with that. So just be mindful. Number two is when it comes to styling. So we're in our, and this applies to whether you're in your beginning stage, whatever stage you're in, right? Is that I refuse to use anything to wash my hair except peculiar roots now, period. Period. And why? Because you've researched it, you've used it, and you've had a great experience. Like, maybe 90% of our customers come back and they're like, this is going to be my solid go-to product. Like, I'm committed now. Like, what do you have? Like, give me everything you have. I want to try all the products because this is what works for me. And then you have some people who are still on the fence. They'd be like, you know what? This shampoo works for me. This conditioner works for me. This works for me. And when you're mixing like that, sometimes you're not going to have the best results. So even if it's not us, whatever works for you, commit to that entire line, right? But absolutely, when it comes to styling, number two is don't overstyle your hair, right? To ensure you have a healthy lock journey, don't overstyle your hair. So again, and I'm stressing on my starter lockers because most of the times you're just figuring things out. But in the starter lock phase, you're trying to like experiment, like what style fits me, what looks professional in the workplace, like what's going to make me look cute and not awkward. How am I like framing my face? Like, I know ladies, we have like a tough time in the beginning part, because you're really trying to like just learn more about yourself, fall in love again with your hair, like all those good things that you may have like fell out of touch with, right? Because a lot of us coming from perm or wearing wigs or whatever it is. So now you're trying to figure out like who you are or who you were underneath all of that, right? So now you're trying to be comfortable in your own skin. So you're trying to figure out, well, I don't like this phase, so maybe I'm going to slap a wig on, or I don't like this phase, so I'm going to color it. Like, maybe if my locks had a pop of color, I'd feel, 100 times better. Like, whatever it is that method you're going to use to style your hair, just be mindful of it, because in the long term, it could cause damage, right? So say you're retwisting. I know some of you guys have expressed like, hey, I hate frizz. And that's a part of the starter lock phase. I hate frizz. And I literally, if like right now, my hair is probably bothering you, right? It's probably like, it's bothering you. You're like, why the hell is she on here with her hair so frizzy? But if you've been around, you know that's how I rock my hair, right? I don't really care. But some of you guys, you cannot see yourself. Like, you can't see this strand of hair sticking out. Like, look at this. This is new growth. You can't see this. Like, you freak out. You freak out, right? But it's a part of your journey. And so you start to manipulate it. You're like, let me twist this. Let me gel it down. Let me do this. Let me use some Gorilla Glue so it don't move, so it don't frizz. I'm going to use some spritz. I'm going to use some oil sheen. Like, you're doing all the things. And in the end, you're just adding damage to your hair. You're just like, you're disturbing the peace. Okay. You're disturbing the peace, and your locks is going to start like resenting you for it. Right. And it's going to show up in different ways, whether you're having breakage, whether your hair starts thinning and you're like, oh, I never had this loose natural. My hair never thinned out before. But because you're retwisting every 3 days, because you're like, I hate these frizz. I cannot stand this. This looks, this doesn't look professional. Like, see, says I had the damage now, and let us know what, like, if you're in, like, let me know in the comment section, like, what kind of damage are you like experiencing And like, as I'm going through these tips, if you've experienced something like, yeah, I didn't have great scalp and it showed up and this was the result, or I overstyle and this was the result, like let the people know in the comment section, because we're also here to help each other and learn from each other. But definitely in the beginning stage, just try to kind of let it be, like, let it be. Let it be. There are tons of cute styles they could do without adding too much pressure to your scalp, right? There's too much, like, there, you just want to make sure you're not adding pressure to your scalp. So an example is, again, I always tell you guys to kind of just like look at what's going on with your scalp, right? So if you are looking, let me show you guys real quick. So say I do a retwist right here. Say I do a retwist right here, right? When I do my retwist, I can literally tell if it's too tight. So if you do a retwist like this and you're like, you could see like, yo, this is too tight. Like, if you can see that, and I need a wash day, but if you can see that, y'all, like literally, hold on. Like when you do your hair tight and you can see like your forehead is going backwards. Like you can see, like, and sometimes some of us are so sensitive, you can literally, like in seconds, you start breaking out. Like you start breaking out because your scalp is like, yo, you pulling me too hard. Like, what are you doing? Like how much baby area you're gonna put down? Like what's going on? What you trying to do, sis? So just be mindful of over styling and over manipulating your hair. And find styles that you don't have to add a lot of like stress points. You know, a lot of us have stress points in our head, right? So if you're tugging on those stress points, you're gonna have headaches. You're gonna feel it ultimately. So just be very mindful. A lot of you guys have spent a lot of money to go do your hair, right? And 5 minutes after you left the salon, you were so hyped. You were so hyped about that style. You was like, yo, this is like, I look so good. And you did. But boo-boo, you know you can't take that. You know you got to take down that style in 2 seconds. Let me know if that's you. Like, you know you cannot take that tight ass style and you got to take it down. You thought you was going to make it a week. But as soon as you step out, you know, you was like laying on the, you probably even made it to bed. You're like laying on the pillow. And you're like, yo, this really hurts. Like, but I want to look good tomorrow. I want to show everybody this new style. And then you got to take it out. You got to take it out. Right? Let me know if that's you. If you're on Team Tender-Headed Club, let me know if that's you in the comment section. But that's a part of the things that's going to affect you in the long run, because you're trying to, like, you know, have this look. You're trying to maybe have the same looks that you had as a loose natural, and it's just not working out. So just find simple styles. And over the next couple of weeks, once we're like completely moved, I'll definitely show you guys like some simple styles. I can barely braid my hair now. I got tender-headed with locks. Right? So sometimes even when I'm doing the tutorials for y'all, like I take them down. As soon as I finish recording, they're down. Because I'm like, I'm just going to do it for y'all so y'all could see y'all could do it. But these is coming down. Like, we not doing this. Like, that's why most of the time, no matter if I'm doing a shoot, my hair is down. Like, I don't have the time for the stressing of it all, right? So that's number 2. Number 3 is moisturizing your locks, right? So one of the things that's going to definitely allow your hair to kind of just like flourish and thrive and be healthy is moisturizing your locks. For some of us, putting some water in a bottle, that's great, and you can get away with that, and that works for you, and you could just add some oil after. That's excellent, right? But we're going to start internally first. When we talk about moisture, we normally just think about like topical products on our hair, but like, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis internally, right? So you want to make sure you're drinking your water. If you know you can't do 8 gallons a day, that is fine. Figure out what works for you and what you can do, especially if you're on medication, especially if you just know, like, I hate water, right? Figure out what's going to work for you. And there's so many other things out here. Like, you have like flavored water that you can do. So we have no excuse, but make sure you're taking your vitamins, and internally you're getting as much water as possible, right? That's the number one thing that ain't gonna cost you much. And then if you decide like, hey, I want to invest in something that can really moisturize my hair, again, figure out what's gonna work for you. We're gonna probably talk about this a little bit over the next coming weeks, but there's been like a great question in terms of leave-in conditioner as moisture versus say like our refresher spray. And there are definitely two different things, right? The traditional leave-in conditioners on the market normally have some thick substance in it, or it has like a creamy substance that's probably going to leave residue over time. So you want to be mindful of what you're using for moisture. Kimberly said 8 gallons. Yes, 8 gallons, Kimberly. We're going to do a challenge. We're going to do an 8-gallon challenge, okay? But yeah, you want to make sure whatever it is you're using, if you, a lot of us have definitely fell in love with the refresher sprays and we're using that. So say, for example, you're committed to the refresher spray. Over time, I want you to test, especially as the seasons change, what's going to work for you. Is once a day working? Is twice a day working? A lot of the times we use products and we expect instantaneous results, but we're not looking at the years of damage that we may have done, right? Or not even have tried or attempted to like keep our hair moisturized. So if you start using a refresher spray, for example, and you're like once a day, it's cool, it sounds cool, but I think I'm not feeling as much as I want to. So you could up that, increase that to twice a day. I know some of y'all, I'm not judging y'all, I promise. But I know some of y'all probably use one bottle like a week because y'all just OD. You guys just OD. Okay, so I have a serious question. There's always serious questions this time. When do you think, hold on, my Instagram is going so fast. And if I missed a question, please just like as you're typing a question, just copy it so you can put it again because like IG, for example, is going super fast and I can't see it. So your question was, when do you think is the best to use a refresher spray? So refresher spray, you can use our refresher spray. I can't talk for anybody else refresher spray. Our refresher spray you can use from you started your locks, right? If you just started your locks, say a week ago, a month ago, 3 months ago, you don't have to probably use it as much as I do. You maybe could use it every 3 to 4 days. And then over time, you'll see what works for you. The thing with our refresher spray that you always have to remember, and even just adding moisture to your locks, is not wetting or soaking your locks, right? So when you're in the beginning stage, you're trying to lock your hair. So you don't want to add a lot of water. So you're literally just misting it. So the way our refresher spray works, it's a mist. So you just spray, you mist, and that's it. You're not soaking your hair where you have to go find a dryer or you're like, oh yeah, now it's moisturized, soap, right? You're literally just misting it. But some of y'all, some of y'all be using one refresher bottle a week, the way y'all be buying and the way y'all like, you're like, oh, this smells good. Oh yeah. Am I lying? Am I lying? But yeah, you can definitely use your refresher spray as often as you like. And a little bit goes a long way. You don't have to use a lot, right? Not bathe in the refresher spray. What is wrong with y'all? Let me just go back up. Facebook. I'm checking in on Facebook and YouTube for any questions. So give me 1 second. I love that. Donnelly said she gifted her coworker a shampoo bar, mini refresher spray, and pomade. It's her second month in her journey, and I didn't want her to struggle with the foolishness. I love that. You know, let me call y'all out real quick. You know, you a PR addict when you start sharing, right? Because y'all don't be sharing. Y'all don't be sharing. When you have enough stash to share, you know your stash is looking at you crazy. Like you just got one head. You ain't gonna share. That's just a small call out. That's a small call out. I love my Frizz. I got a retwist and I hated it. Yes, love it. Embrace your Frizz. Hey, Kimberly. Sorry, y'all. I'm reading these comments. Hey, Jackie. Is that happy? I forgot it's Thursday. We here. All right, y'all. So if y'all, let me make sure I didn't miss any questions. All right. And as I'm going, please ask your questions if you have them. And then I will try to hurry up so we can have like extra room to ask like random questions that's not within the topic. So Lasagna said she got 2 of her coworkers on it. I love that you guys are sharing. Come on, let's give yourself a clap. Put a clap emoji in the comment section. Give yourself a clap for sharing. I am super proud of you guys because I know that's not easy. But you guys out here sharing, so give yourself a round of applause. Can I use the pomade daily around the edges? You can. Again, you want to not over manipulate your edges though, right? So that was number 2, like not doing too much styling. Like if you should be able to do it where you can tie down your hair in the night so you're not doing it constantly. Because I just want you guys to think about like constantly like brushing and styling, right? Then you're gonna start having thin edges. So just be mindful, right? You can absolutely use it on your edges as much as you want to. But the process of what you're saying, I just want you to just be mindful over time. Especially us ladies, as we go into age, as we have kids, like those are all factors of our edges being snatched. Just saying. But you can absolutely do it. But it definitely goes into what I was saying about over manipulating your hair for sure. Number four, protecting your crown, right? One thing for sure that we don't do often is protect our locks. We just don't. Like, we kind of wing it. Right? And by protecting your locks, just think about any other part of your body, right? You kind of try to cover it up. Well, most of us do. But you try to cover your body, right? In hopes of protecting it, whether it's from the cold, the heat. But for some reason, we don't do that with our hair, right? And as your hair grows, the length of it, it just gets a lot more complicated. So a lot of times you guys, I can't wait for my hair to hit my shoulders. I can't wait for it to hit this and hit that. But then you're not protecting it. And then there's some parts of your hair you're not seeing daily. Like I'm able to see this part of my hair daily, right? Because I can look down, I can see it. And even though it's here, most of the days I don't look down and look at it, right? But for sure, the back of your hair, you're probably not looking at it unless you take a mirror in the morning and you're looking what's going on back there. So for that, I would definitely advise protecting your hair with some type of head wraps, some type of bonnet, some type of covering, especially in the night. A lot of you are working from home. And so you're just getting into the mode of just kind of like nonchalant, like I'm not going anywhere. I don't got to do anything with my hair. It's just out. And then 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, you done collected all the lint off the couch. All the lint, like wherever lint was, your hair gravitated to it and found it. And then now, 6 months later, you're like, I have so much lint. How can I get it out? Do I have to start over? So to prevent that, just protect your crown, right? Wear some type of head wraps. And not all bonnets and head wraps are created equally. So I definitely highly recommend at least like a satin line bonnet. Right? Satin line bonnet. When you look at if you have on like a shirt, like if you have on a t-shirt, like I have on a t-shirt right now, if you look on it, you can literally see hits little specks of like lint, right? Because it's made out of cotton. So you can see little fibers on your shirt. Now imagine your hair is laying on your shirt or your shoulder, wherever it's collecting those small fibers, right? And those are things that's unpreventable. So what I do most of the time is I'll either have on a bonnet to just like not worry about that, or I'll just have like a scrunchie and I'll put it like up, or you guys saw the headband I posted. I love those because then it could just be totally up and it's covered. I don't have to kind of worry about my hair. So whatever works for you, definitely cover your crown as much as possible. Some of you are like, well, I get super hot and I just can't do that. Then wear a scrunchie, like just have it up so it's just attracting less lint. So definitely you want to protect your crown, because it makes no sense you're doing all these amazing things like moisturizing it, keeping your scalp clean, and all those things. But then how are you protecting your hair from, like, just the atmosphere, the pollution in the air? Like, a lot of us, depending on what you do for a living, say you're in like a warehouse environment, like there's just things happening, right? There's just things happening. Say you work outside in construction, there's just things happening. So you just want to make sure, whatever it is, if you're a nurse, like, just protect your crown as best as you can, and as often as you can. So make it a part of your routine to wear like a bonnet at night, on the weekends as well. And you're going to have time, if you're working from home, just take it off during the day. So, you're not maybe sweating or whatever the issue is. But definitely make that a part of your routine to wear some type of head covering. Thank you, gorgeous. Hold on, let me just put something on the screen so you can see. Okay, let me pin this one. So I'm pinning something that you can use for moisture and for cleansing. I think most of our bonnets are sold out, y'all. We have the PR signature one, but you snooze, you lose. And I'm not bringing any of those bonnets back. I'm going to do some more fun, colorful, peculiar stuff. Thank you. All right, y'all. Let me look at some questions. Then I go to number 5. I feel like I'm on like track, like number 5 already. Let's see. Hey, Marsha. Hello from Brooklyn in the house. Brooklyn in the house. Big up my Brooklyn people in Brooklyn in the house. PR Addict Hair. I've shared the moisturizing oil, one of my best friends who started their lock journey. Look at y'all out here just converting people to start their locks, and people start their locks and stuff like that. Isn't that like super amazing to like have that bond and commonality with someone you already cherish and feel in love, like to have that bond of starting your lock journey? I want to get my knotless braids. What did it do? What gel to use so you don't get buildup? Our gel. We have a buildup free pomade, which doubles as a styling gel. Highly recommend that. And if you don't believe my words, you could go to the website and see some reviews on that. But definitely our pomade is bomb. And it smells delicious. So, Kimberly said, I did not give in mine. I bought them some, but I share with my daughter. Yes, y'all got to share. I literally barely tap into the pomade, lay the edges, then tie it down, but I use the gold oil the night before. Thank you. Y'all like my glasses? Thank you. I'm venturing out into new glasses, y'all. I'm 6 years in my journey and recently having experienced itchy scalp and some flaking. I did not detox before I started with PR. What are some factors that might cause these scalp issues? All right, so let's go into that. Thank you. Oil recommendations. You can use our conditioning oil. It's super lightweight, and it's amazing. Let me see if I could pin that here. 1 second, Miss Jackie. Here's an oil suggestion, y'all. You can add that to your cart on Instagram. Wait, why not sure? Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to figure out how to use this thing. I think you guys should be seeing it. You should be seeing it. If you need a moisturizer for your locks, you can check out our refresher spray. We have them in 7 amazing scents. Smells delicious. You may get a wife with it. All that good stuff. All right, Miss Jackie. So Great point. Miss Jackie says she's basically experiencing some type of itch, but she didn't detox before starting PR. Itch can vary, right? Let's get some backstory, Miss Jackie. So, how often are you washing your hair right now? Let me know that. How often are you washing your hair right now? And what's your routine beyond just like wash day? Like, what's your routine beyond wash day? That could give me more insight. But that's a great point. If you are starting with PR, highly recommend even getting our at least minimum our detox bar so you can just start over anew and then create the regimen that's like we have several regimen. If you go under our lock care boxes, like there's several regimen. You don't even have to buy the kits. Copy one of those regimens and follow it. And we posted several in our group, several on our Facebook and our Instagram page. But give me some more backstory on like what your regimen looks like, because sometimes and depending on where you live and like if it's hot or it's cold, if we're doing, that's why seasonal changes is necessary, right? Say you're doing wash day once a month because that's been working for you for 6 years or 6 months, right? Something may happen when it's like your medication or your activities, or you decided to start walking in the morning, or you're deciding to go to the gym, or whatever it is. Something in your lifestyle change and you did not change your regimen along with that, right? So you may just need to wash a little bit more often, right? And remember, we talked about if you're washing your locks, you don't necessarily have to style it right away. Doesn't mean that you have to style it. It just means that you just have to, going back to number one of keeping your locks clean, is probably something you just have to do a little bit more often than you would like or you usually do, right? I'm waiting for Miss Jackie. Thanks, Aisha. Just buy one of everything and you won't regret it. My son is on his third set of locks. I bought the 2-in-1 shampoo, body wash and hair spray combo twice. Great question. So Lasani said, I use a shampoo and I did not get a lather. Was I doing something wrong? Lasanya, what shampoo were you using? But that's an excellent question. So our shampoos are sulfate free. A lot of the ingredients that causes products to sud and have this immense sud is because they have sulfate in them, right? That's one of the ingredients that just gives that sud. So they're sulfate free. However, when you start using Peculiar's products, I always tell you guys, well, one, ask us questions if you see something happening that you're not used to with traditional products. But always remember that our products are created for locks first, right? So certain reactions that you're used to with traditional products in the market, it may not happen with with our products. And you may be used to like an immense amount of sud, right? An immense amount of sud. And in your mind, you've been conditioned to believe that that means your hair is going to be clean. It's going to get the cleansing that it needs. But when you think about locks, I want you guys always thinking about your locks first, right? One, it's not going to create an immense amount of suds. But I always tell you guys to check after you finish washing, just like you would with any shampoo. Like make sure you get get up in there and all that stuff. Check your scalp, check your hair. Is it clean? Because that's ultimately the most important thing. Is your locks clean? Because sud doesn't mean that it's going to, clean your hair. It just means extra sud, right? It just means extra sud. That's it. So check the result of your hair. Is it clean? Is it clean? And then another thing is we really don't want there to be a lot of sud because then you're going to spend an hour trying to rinse out all that sud out of your locks, right? Because again, if you have loose natural, it's easy to come out. But when you have locks, you're doing all this wringing, this turning, you're making sure the water goes back in. And that's, that shampoo doesn't get really embedded in your locks over time. So you want to be mindful of just expectations that whatever you're used to with other products, you're not going to get the same thing with most of Peculiar Roots products, right? For example, when you look at our mousse, traditional mousse on the market, it's going to be super sticky. And you could tell right away it's sticky when you put it on your hand. Our mousse is not sticky at all, but it has a great hold and it does the job, right? Why? Because we took out those factors that's going to make it like leave residue in your hair. Another one, oil. When you look at our oil, right? I know when you're using our products, you're like, oh my God, it's foaming like a shampoo. And I think I didn't rinse the shampoo out of my hair first, like right or correct. What did I do wrong? Let me know. So we created that way, right? We wanted to start off like really, really, not mild, but you wanted to start off light, right? So with the foam reaction, it's able to really just melt into your scalp without being super heavy. And then you're able to kind of rub it in and massage it in and distribute it very, very well, right? So if you're new to us and you're just using that for the first time, you're freaking the hell out, right? Because you're like, I don't think I rinsed my hair out properly. But then once you use it and you see the result of, yes, it's only 4 ounces. You don't need a lot. With our products, you don't need a lot. So 4 ounces is perfectly fine. And then that's a great point too. With our products, you just use a little bit. So I'm glad Sonia said, I didn't see the suds, but am I doing something right? Because normally the reaction to that is I'm going to use the whole bottle of shampoo. Then I'm going to be mad at Peculiar Roots because I use a whole bottle of shampoo. And I felt like I spent too much money for the shampoo that I'm using one wash, right? So use the same amount or actually less. It tells you on the bottle how much to use, but you're not going to get the same sud. And honestly, if you want sud, then I recommend our shampoo bars. That gives you a lot of sud because some of us can't get over that barrier from like just a mindset perspective of using shampoo all your life and seeing sud, and your mind has just been programmed that means it's getting cleansed with a lot of sud. So you can opt for our shampoo bar. It gives you that sud that you may be looking for. But honestly, I personally, and let me know for those who've used our shampoo and let me know which shampoo you've used. I feel like our shampoos give just the right amount of sud. Like you're not just rubbing it in and you're not seeing no sud at all. It just doesn't give you that suave sud. It's not going to give you that suave sud, Hold on, y'all. But yeah, same thing for the oil. You're going to see like it's going to like foam a little bit and then it's going to melt into your scalp. And then you're going to get that perfect conditioning hold that you were looking for. Okay, Jackie said beyond wash day, I moisturize daily, oil every other day, growth serum daily, wash about once a month. Okay, great, Jackie. So I would say you're doing everything, sounds about right, during that in-between time. Great. I would just probably change your wash day, right? Change your wash day. So if you're doing once a month, your scalp may just be telling you in this season, you just need to do it twice every 2 weeks. So try that and then see if that makes a difference. Again, you don't have to style it. If you guys are going to like someone to do your hair, you don't have to like go to them every 2 weeks to wash it. Just wash it. Like just wash it every 2 days. Find simple styles that you could rock for that other additional 2 weeks between time, and then see if that makes a difference. Sometimes it's just a matter of switching up your routine, again, based on your lifestyle, based on what you're doing, what you're eating. Some of those factors just may throw off your hormones, and then you're just feeling it like, here you go, scalp. But try that and let me know. Do Pierre have different styles of shower cap? I noticed the kids have fun styles, fun prints like the headbands. No, we just have the solid black color with the satin lining in there. That's the only shower cap we have right now. It's an amazing shower cap. You guys actually requested that it be made with the satin lining. So it's real fancy. It's super huge. So it could fit my big head and all my hair. So it really goes with you. Yeah, because she doesn't manipulate her locks as much anymore. Love that. Lasani said she had the sweet orange castle shampoo. Yep. Yeah, Lasani, you use as long as you follow direction, use the same amount, but I want you to just check your hair after. Like that's the most important part, right? Check your hair after, make sure it's clean. Like that's the most important part. Kimberly said my babies are always squeaky clean. I use all the shampoos and I love the ones that sud and the ones that don't. They all work, period. Yeah. So just once, if it's not working, that's when I'm concerned, right? But I just want you guys to condition. And that's why we have a community, because I realize that because our products are created for locks, a lot of things are different. The way it reacts to your hair, all that stuff is going to be different. And it's like super confusing. Some of you guys asked, thankfully. And some of you guys just won't ask and you'd be like, oh, freak this don't work. Like, this don't work. Oh no, it smells good, but it don't work because it's not what I'm used to. But always ask, like, you're spending your money. You're spending your money, whether it's you're in our group, you ask, whether you're sending us a DM, you ask, whether you're emailing us, you ask, because I want you guys to be able to have the best experience ever once you actually start using the products correctly. And you're like, oh yeah, now I'm seeing results. Like, I'm seeing results. I remember someone had posted that she had bought the serum, but she was just using it like maybe once a month, or what, I'm lying, like maybe every two weeks or something like that. She wasn't using it as often, but in her mind, she expected the results, right? But then she came back like with the much, she was like, I'm hardly using this. And she had like her spot. She was like, it's fulling back in, like it's coming back in. I'm hardly using it. It's coming back in. So I'm going to actually commit to this because it's actually working. And then in my mind, I'm like, we got to commit to stuff. Like, if you buy something, commit to it. See if it works. If it don't work, it don't work. Because honestly, our products won't work for every single person in the world. Like, I would love for it to, but it's just not going to happen. And every brand is like that, right? So once you find, that's why when you guys find us and you're like, I found my tribe, I'm not going anywhere, that's it. Then we're like, okay, cool, right? Because you know how hard it is to kind of find the product that's going to work for you. But definitely make sure you guys are asking your question. Kimberly says, I use the ACV shampoo and the charcoal shampoo. I always get a nice sud. Additionally, what you can try too is mixing the products, right? In terms of, well, our product, let me be clear. You can mix our products. So say you want to mix the, say you use a castle shampoo. I don't really actually end with the castle shampoo because it's more like, I want the scent to linger in my hair. So I kind of use the shampoo, the castle, like the second shampoo. But say you start with like the ACV shampoo, you'll get a great, clarifying wash. And then you can follow up with the castle. But the castle is more of the moisturizing shampoo, right? The ACV for sure, you're going to get that sud. The charcoal too. Yeah, I think that the castle is more on like definitely the moisturizing side. I think I'm going to change my retwist schedule. Instead of retwisting once a month, maybe every other month, so my hair can get some of the thickness back. Yes. She said I kept smelling my hair, saying it smells clean. Girl, you better look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. I want you to look. I'm gonna do a lot of like styles, Donnelly, for those who want to like go long periods without retwisting. Cause I'm going back to that. Like, I haven't, just because I've been super busy with the move, I haven't been retwisting as much, for sure. But I'll definitely put that on the agenda to just do simple styles that we all can rock in between like our wash period and stuff. If you have softer texture hair type, how soon and how often would you recommend using conditioner? If you have a softer, well, anybody, doesn't matter if you have soft locks or not. For locks, we recommend you start using conditioner when your hair is locked. Just simply because what conditioner does is it kind of like makes your hair soft. So you don't want it to start like helping the process of unraveling your locks. When you look at people like removing their locks, they're always using like conditioner to kind of like comb their locks out, right? So you don't want to like reverse what you're trying to achieve. So that's why we say conditioners wait until your lock is actually locked or semi-locked. You can do that. Or a great alternative, if you're like, hey, I definitely feel like I need conditioner, I miss it, because my hair hasn't fully like get into the zone of your being locked, you don't need conditioner. You could try one of our 2-in-1 shampoos. So we have like our 2-in-1 ginger shampoo, which is shampoo and conditioner. So you could try that. So for those who are like missing out on conditioner, you could try our 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. That should be good for you. Me too. I love to use different 2 different shampoos on a wash day. Me too. Every twist every 12 weeks. Love it. Look at y'all on YouTube today. Why y'all on YouTube? I'm used to y'all on what is that? Instagram. But it's good to see a lot of faces on YouTube today. Shout out to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hey, LaShawn. I just found out LaShawn's birthday is one day before mine. She was trying to bring my birthday twin. Birthday twin. I got 5 minutes. I'm going to open it up for Q&A. And then I'll give you guys a quick like announcement of what's going on. So if you guys are new here, definitely check out our website, peculiarroots.com. You can shop amazing Loc products for your hair. We have anything from shampoo, conditioners, oils, refresher sprays, apparel. Like we have all the things Loc related. So definitely check out our site. I would say we have the most competitive price in the market for Loc products. So you can't go wrong. We have an amazing community. Once you do purchase from us, if you have purchased from us and you're not in our Facebook group, you're missing out. If you've purchased from us and you're not following us on Peculiar Locs on Instagram, you're also missing out. Because that's where we're kind of like really chill. We just post whatever. You guys get to act all the way up. And DM me and be very, 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 I got a bone to pick with y'all, but I ain't gonna pick it tonight. But I'm working on y'all. I may or may not be working on y'all stuff. But yeah, make sure you join those communities if you are a customer. If you're not a customer, you're still on the side watching, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo, you're missing out. What else? We are in the process of moving our warehouse. It's been a hell of a month. We're 60%, 60% across the finish line, but it's a lot and we're almost there. So our team has been working really hard to get your orders out in 24 hours still. Though we're moving, it's been insane. So literally last week, I was just like, in order for us to make a quicker transition, we kind of need to either shut the store down, the website, or just let you guys know it ain't going to be 24 hours. It's going to be 7 days. I know I can't shut the store down because I don't want to wake up to hundreds of emails. Like, y'all went out of business. I need my refresher spray. What's going on? I don't want all the emails, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to let you guys know up front, like, it's not going to be 24 hours. I've been saying that since Monday. I think we put that on the website. But honestly, we've still been shipping out in 24 hours. So hopefully between tomorrow and next week, we're going to do our full transition. Then it's going to take a few days to load everything back up into our system. So for example, if you go to the website, a lot of the stuff says sold out. And you guys have been emailing me freaking out like, why is everything sold out? I don't have this. I don't have that. A lot of you guys are subscribed to stuff. Don't worry. We have the products. I think the only thing we're out of right now is aloe gel, which we're going to get, should be finished next week. But everything is there. We just have to transition everything into our data and re-upload those products into our inventory. So it's taking time. Like, we have a lot of freaking products. So it's taking time, but please be patient with us. Thank you for giving us grace. What we've been doing for some of the products, like our refresher sprays, we're sold out of, like, say the Caribbean Vibes 8 ounce, pomegranate pear 8 ounce. So we have the smaller size of those. So what we've been doing is if you ordered like a Caribbean Vibes 8-ounce, we sent you a small size. We are calling you, we are emailing you, so check your emails. We don't just like send in, thinking for the customer and just making that executive decision. So we are emailing you. However, sometimes it's sitting there and we're not getting a response and we don't want to hold on to your order before we move. So we're just like, okay, if we have to make the decision for you, we are. But that's the only thing that you'll probably see now with your orders. Is you're getting like doubles, the smaller size, but we're making sure you get enough to make up for the larger size. Everything else that's not in stock is gone. I think we have like a few items from the warehouse sale that's still on there. But once those are gone, that's it. So if you see something from the warehouse sale, a lot of you guys have been DMing us like, hey, I came back to buy this scarf. I came back to buy this product and it's gone. When are you going to bring it on back? We're probably not. So get what you need to get now. There's Afterpay. Get what you need to get because we just not. And we're going to be focusing on a lot of other amazing projects like launching into Walmart, like all those crazy things that we're doing this year. And it's going to take a lot of our energy. And so just be mindful that whatever you want now, just get it and don't think like you're going to bully me into bringing it back. Okay. Cause we're not doing that. This is what we finna not do. Got one more minute. But that's it. Like we're almost there. I'm super excited. I'll be able to do more lives with you guys. Like the way we're structuring everything, I'm gonna be able to do more lives, more content in terms of tutorial. We have a lot of new customers. And even though we have like literally thousands of videos on Instagram, you guys just don't have the time to go through all of them and find what you're looking for. So we're going to be doing a lot of new videos, tutorial to show you how to use a product. Hopefully I should be able to start doing my live wash days so you guys can see how I'm washing, whether it's my kids' hair or my hair. A lot of those things we're working on. So just give us time. But you guys have been super amazing in just helping us navigate this new normal. Like I honestly didn't think we're going to grow out of that spot so fast, but such is life. And when you see announcements about limited, tell them, Aisha. She said, when you see announcements about limited products or one-time offer, don't sleep on them, period. Like, don't sleep on them. Like, don't. Thank you, guys. I'm sure. But I love you guys. It's 7 o'clock. I have a meeting to go to. So see you guys next Thursday, 6 p.m. Or I'll probably see you before that. I'll probably go live tomorrow. Who knows? But I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. Pass the message on to a friend. Share with a friend. Post it in y'all can post it, repost it in the Facebook group for me. Like, just let people know. Shout out to everybody that's been welcoming all our new tribe members and just answering their questions before we do, because we've been so crazy. You guys are bomb.com and you guys are dope. You guys are so dope. I'm so honored to serve you guys. So see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend and love you guys. Ciao.